Good evening, everybody. Today is 10 January 2018. Today's lecture is Cosmology and Buddhism, Part 2. So before starting the lecture, we pay respect to the Buddha, saying Namo Dasa in 3 times, please. Namo Dasa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Very nice to see all of you. Last week we learned about the four woeful plane, and then human war, and we little bit studying the heaven war, celestial war. Chatumara Chika. We just studying. So I would like to review the previous lecture. So in the previous lecture, the Buddha explained in the universe, there's so many universe. So in one universe, there are 31 plane of existence. So every universe, in every universe, there are equally 31 plane of existence. Yeah. So in our universe, including us, and then the other different, living being, they live in the different plane of existence. So 31 plane is the lowest plane. The lowest plane is a very unhappy place. Unhappy place, so we call woeful plane. Four woeful plane. Niyaya, hell, and then animal kingdom, Trichana Yoni, and then Pitti Visaya, Pitta, hungry ghost, and then Asurakaya. Asurakaya is a demon or titan. So these four planes we call unhappy plane, because there's no happiness in there. And then our plane, human plane, Manusa. Manusa is there's a middle sensual pleasure in our plane. So Manusa, human world, and then six kind of the celestial world. Six kind of celestial world is Chatumarachika, in Pali Chatumarachika, and then Taurinsa, and then Yama, and then Two-seater, and then Nimanarati, and then Pranimita Utsavati. So 6 celestial plane, and then our human world, together 7 plane. These planes are sensual ring, sensual world, because there's a lot of sensual pleasure in there. And then about then, so 16 plane of existence is much more higher than the sensual world, because in them, they have plenty of joy in them with the meditation. Not inside meditation, it's tranquil meditation, samatha, tranquil meditation. Yeah. And then that uppermost plane is full arupa plane, arupa and material plane. There's no material. So these living beings are very strange. They are no body, just only mind and the fetters. They live in their plane. So very difficult to know them. Yeah, very, very difficult. But the Buddha, omniscient wisdom, he knows all living beings in the universe, in the different 31 plane of existence. So previous lecture we talking about these plane, just basically knowledge the name of the plane. So according to the Abhidhamma, there are 31 kind of the existence. So only two plane we can see by our eye. Our world, human world, and animal kingdom, animal world. The only two plane we can see. These planes are visible to us. But the other, how many? 29. We cannot see by our eye. But by the supernatural power, yeah, we can see with the divine eye or something like that. Yeah. So to understand the nature of the other plane of the existence, we need something. We need some category to understand the other plane, other existence. Because mostly, the people, if I can see, I cannot believe. Mostly they say like this. But, on the carpet, we cannot see very small creature with our eye, isn't it? Even though the living being, we cannot see with our eye. But, they are really, they exist with us, isn't it? So these 29 different planes are so very, very higher than the creature, these creatures. So we cannot. There's a reason. I will explain. So we need criteria to understand the other different plane of existence. Number one is to dispel the notion that there is something special in the human being that is not found in the sentient life. That's why the Buddha teach their cosmology in Buddhism. Number one is to dispel the one, and then number two is to dispel the delusion that there exists, even very, very small degree of the stability or compactness in the psychophysical complex, referred to as a being. We say being, living being, but actually there's no living being. All living being, just only two things, composed of two things: body, materiality, and mind and mentality. Only two. But special living being, some living being just only mentality, some living being just only materiality, special living plane they live. So that's why the Buddha said there's no being. Actually, no being. In reality, there's no. But in the conventional truth, we say like this: there's a being, and then we call them their name. We put the label to communicate. But actually, there's no living being, just only materiality and mentality. Materiality means that many processes of materiality and many processes of the mentality, just the stream of them. So our life composed, our nature of being is like this. Just only the phenomena working together. So we say, oh, this is a being. This is a living being. This is a sentient being. This is a creature. Like this. Yeah. So that's one. Number two, aim. So number two criteria, we need to understand the nature of the plane. And then number three is that to accept that the human being is a group of five aggregate. Five aggregate, we already know five aggregate. Five aggregate, the material aggregate, material group in our body, various kind of material composed, isn't it? So in science, according to the chemistry, so they have the elements, many elements in our body. So many elements, isn't it? And so many chemical reaction every moment generate the power, energy. So many different kind of the reaction, chemical reaction in our body. So the Buddha mentioned the different label, different name. It's just maximum 28 kind of the materiality. Yeah. So this is one kind of aggregate. In Pali, it's a rupakanda. Rupakanda means a materiality group. And another group, another aggregate is feeling, vedana. Vedana, feeling group. Yeah, all living beings, they have a feeling, isn't it? All living beings, even though very small creature like ant and then bird, they are very small, but they have feeling, isn't it? Yeah, so feeling is another aggregate, another group. And then number three aggregate is perception, sanya, perception. There's a memory. Without memory, we cannot understand the conventional truth, isn't it? To understand the convention, we need a lot of memory to memorize something. Because when we are born as a human being, we don't know how to call the name of even though the mother, father, we cannot say like this. But we need to learn. We need to keep the memorize that label or that person. So I need to call mommy, daddy, something like this. So memory is very important to understand the conventional truth, to understand the reality. The memory is very important. So another group, perception group, and then next one is a mandal formation group. Mandal formation group is a Sankhara Khanda in Pali. Mandal formation. Mandal formation group is every living being, they perform in their daily life many things, many actions, physically or bodily or verbally or mentally. So we perform these three kind of action in every moment in our daily life, many. So these action we call mental formation. The action performed by the mental formation many kind of phenomenon. The Buddha said the leader of them is motivation. Yeah, because motivation is very important to act something, to perform something. There's no motivation, we don't want to do anything. Huh? Yeah, sometimes we need to motivate ourselves. Sometimes we need motivation by the other. We are motivated by the other. Sometimes ourselves. So we say in Pali, Chetana. So it is a Chetana, not only Chetana, the other different mental formation working together. But the Chetana motivation is like a leader, team leader. Yeah. So team leaders perform the action itself and then the persuade to do properly the others as well. So that's why the Buddha only the leader motivation is mental formation. So mental formation grew, and then the fifth one is consciousness. Consciousness aggregate vinyana kanda. Yeah, all living beings, have the consciousness. Without consciousness, our life meaningless, isn't it? So that's why coma. Somebody got the coma, so life has no meaning, isn't it? So consciousness is very important for the all living being. That's why all living being are group of the 5 aggregate. So each of which is an investment and then divide of any substantiality. Substantiality meaning is a divide of the soul or divide no soul, no self. Just only these 5 aggregate. We need to accept that one. And then number 4 is to realize that the certain plane of existence, one or more aggregate. One or more aggregate meaning the some plane, only one materiality aggregate. The mental formation aggregate 4. Mental formation, mentality aggregate is a 4, isn't it? Feeling aggregate, perception aggregate, mental formation aggregate, and consciousness aggregate. So these 4 we call mentality aggregate. So one or more of the aggregate may not be manifest. And then number 5 is to realize these planes do not exist at different physical height. Different physical height. Just from the very lowest plane is hell, isn't it? From the hell to the most top one, the arupa, immaterial plane, heaven. Immaterial heaven, we say different. There's a different, but no physical height in the sky. But appear in the response to our karma, the Buddha point of karma. Because of we reborn in a different plane because of our karma, our action. We need to respond. We have to respond with our different karma action. So we reborn in the different plane, different 31 kind of plane. So I think most, they don't appear to us because of the variation in the spatial dimension, spatial dimension and relativity of the time factors. And nowadays in the science, the Einstein, his theory, relativity theory. So we understand more and more about the universe, isn't it? Yeah. So the difference is like this. The reality, relativity or the time, and then the other different level of consciousness is more important to understand. So different living beings have the different kind of the consciousness to reborn there according to their individual action, karma. The karmic energy is very powerful energy. Very, very powerful energy. Okay, so to understand, to realize, then we need more, a little bit more explain. Maybe many people may doubt the existence of these 31 planes, but this is not surprising. Such doubt was known in the even though the Buddha time. The Buddha time. When something happened, show Samyutta Nikaya. Samyutta Nikaya recorded in that story. So there's in the story, the Venerable Moggallana. You know, Venerable Moggallana is a chief disciple of the Buddha. One of the chief disciples of Buddha. There are two chief disciples. One is the Sariputta. Another one is Moggallana. They have different quality. These two chief disciples have different quality. Moggallana has a special. His specialty is supernatural power. Yeah. But the Sariputta, another one, Sariputta has a special quality. Is the great wisdom. Yeah. So the one day, Venerable Lakkhana, another disciple of the Buddha, he is not chief disciple. The Lakkhana and then Venerable Moggallana climbed down from the vulture peak hill. Vulture peak is in the Rajagaha in the India. When you visit India, this hill is like a head of the vulture. When you look at far away, from far away, when you look at that hill, so that hill shape is like a head of the vulture. So that's why the people give the name of the hill is vulture peak hill. So the two monks climbed down from that hill, and then later the Moggallana, the chief disciple, smiled because he saw something. He saw something, so the little smile at the certain place. So the Venerable Lakkhana asked the reason for the smile. He want to know, Venerable, why do you smile? He asked. But the Moggallana told him it is not right time to answer your question. If I answer, maybe you cannot believe. That's why I need the other person to support my answer, to prove my answer. So that's why I will answer your question later. So you need to wait the right time to get the answer. The Moggallana replied. So later he came to the Buddha. They came to the Buddha. They came Moggallana and Lakkhana. They came to the Buddha. So the Lakkhana, he asked that question again. So the Venerable Moggallana at the time, he answered. He answered at the time. I smiled. I saw a skeleton going through in the air. But the other person, because no supernatural power, no divine eye, so they cannot see them. So that skeleton going through in the air, ran away, ran around, and vulture, crow, and hawk follow them, and paint at it between the rib, wine and outer, cry or pain because of that they trying to eat the flesh. But these living beings has no fresh money, just little, but they are living beings. Kind of the peta, kind of the hungry ghost. We say Pali is a peta, hungry ghost. So it's occurred to me. That's why I smile. So how strange and astonishing that a being can have such a shape, and then they suffer like this. So he feel, I'm totally free from such kind of suffering. I never ever reborn such kind of living being again. So the Moggallana, he smiled, thinking about that, and he smiled. He answered like this. Yeah. So at the time, the Buddha then said, I too have seen that being, that kind of living being. But I also don't speak about that because I don't have proof. I don't have the person to prove it. So that's why I also didn't say anything about that. But right now, there's a Moggallana, he can prove. He can prove about that. So that's why I also approve that kind of happening. So that being, the Buddha said that being used to be a kata vulture. The kata vulture in the Rajagaha. Rajagaha is the name of the city in India at the Buddha time. So that person, as a human being, every day he kills cattle, many cattle, because his profession is a cattle vulture. Yeah. So that's why when he reborn as the skeleton hungry ghost. The vulture and that the crow is a not real vulture and not real crow. Follow him. It's because of his karma, they automatically appear and make the torment to him. Yeah. So according to his karma. Yeah. So this kind of the occasion happened like this at the Buddha time. So nowadays, many people, they don't believe. It's not it's not new. The old. But the question may ask how we can develop the supernormal hearing and supernormal vision. The divine eye and the divine ear. So to perceive the sound and sight like this beyond the normal range of our power eye, power ear. Yeah. So to understand how we must consider the three factors. Number one is a spiritual dimension, the relativity of the time, and then the level of the consciousness. So these three things we need. We need to consider. So every object in our plane of existence must possess at least 4 dimensions, isn't it? To describe the plane, we need 4 dimensions, not 3 dimensions. When we engineer drawing, when we draw, the machine part or something like this, house or something like this, we draw on the paper and 3 dimensions, isn't it? But here we need 4 dimensions. Okay, so the first 3 are land, width, and depth. It's a 3 dimension, isn't it? It is it's a point where to be first treat the line in our drawing paper. Line given land, and then the time of the level angle given the area, and the time of at the vertical angle given volume. So the 3 dimension is like this. But each deviation from course bring not only the change of direction, but also in the new dimension with a new attribute. It is a time. Yeah. The 3 dimension not existed for no object is totally static. That's why the Einstein he explained the relativity theory, the time, and then the material energy how related. He explained with his power, wisdom, isn't it? In the nowadays science they use. But the Buddha, 2,500 years ago, the Buddha explained like this. So even an object apparently stay be at the atomic level. So nowadays more easy to understand. Before 19th century, it's very difficult to understand, isn't it? But 21st century, very easy to understand. At atomic level, there's no materials, studied. We easily understand, isn't it? Yeah. So the turbulent mass of activity, so therefore the dimension, 4 dimension is necessary. We need to consider. It is the time. Yeah, that's why the Einstein, he explained to understand the universe, we need to the relativity theory applied to apply the relativity theory to understand the universe, nature of universe. Yeah. So time is another dimension, 4 dimension. So dimension of time being into the becoming. Becoming meaning is appearing. Yeah. Passage through the pace of the past, present, and future. So time used like this, past, present, future. But our sense of the passage of time does not depend on the clock time, isn't it? It's very, very obvious to understand when you practice meditation. A very beginner, just 15 minutes, 20 minutes, too long for us. But practice again and again, and then you attain a certain level of the concentration power. So equally 15 minute, 20 minute clock time, totally different. Very quick, very fast, like this. Yeah. So it's not depend on the clock time. but result from the activity of sense and the mind is very important. That's why the Buddha always point out. We need to understand the sense and our nature of mind. If you understand your nature, your mind, and then sense, you can easily understand to the other. So the in such continuously arising and passing of the thought is sufficient to give the cue to time movement, isn't it? So even in the absence of sensory stimulation, the flow of thought would create the sense of time. That's why we can we make the thinking, a lot of thinking in our daily life. In the past time, many years, we can recollect in our memory with the mind, in the mind all. So keep up the gear to that plane of existence with like this. So mind create the kind of energy we call karmic energy. So that karmic energy kept the supporting by the ignorance and attachment. Ignorance and attachment means we want new one. We want new life. If it is very nearly going to die, everybody feel like this. This body and mind is not useful. Body is already decay and a lot of pain and disease. So at that time, everybody, they feel they want new one. Because of ignorance, they don't know if get new one, same suffering. Suffering means suffering or continuous arising and passing away. Arising and passing away. Yeah. And then depend on the condition. Meaning, new life, we get the two things. Two things is a materiality and mentality. These are totally depend on the condition, always. At any time, at any moment. Without condition, without required condition, the string or the materiality, the string or the mentality cannot happen, cannot appear. We are sitting here, we are talking, and you are listening. So all the action, we need required condition. Without required condition, if it is we don't have the required condition, we cannot do that. So ignorance like this, no? We don't understand, or maybe my body and my mind is not useful this life, so I need new life. I want new one. So by the ignorance cover the that kind of the suffering. So we want to get it. If you fully understand that nature never ever want to get it. Totally different. So that's one. Ignorance pointing to that karmic energy to get the new life. And attachment. Because of the ignorance cover such kind of suffering, we think, oh, it is good. If I get the new one, I will be free from such kind of suffering and I will be happiness with the new one. Yeah, attachment. Yeah. So ignorance, attachment, they are together, always together. So by supporting these two things, two phenomena, ignorance and then attachment, the karmic energy give the result, new result, as a new life. That's why we reborn again and again in the 31 plane of existence. One of them, we always. So to understand this one, that the Buddha explained the cosmology and the Buddhism. So the it could be still as a higher jhana. As they are in the higher jhana, the things of time will be ceased to exist. In the higher jhana means that I already told you the concentration power. Concentration power can stop the difference of the time. So the sense time could be seized by the power of concentration. If you get the concentration, you will be understood. That one understood. Okay, so I would like to continue today's lecture. So these are review the previous lecture. So I will continue to the new one. So so the another thing, little bit have to discuss a different kind of awareness, not concentration power. A different kind of awareness would replace the level of the awareness expand far beyond the one we are tied to under ordinary condition. Yeah. So ordinary condition means when we see something, when we hear something with the ordinary mind, and then the awareness means mindfulness, power of mindfulness. With the power of mindfulness and without the power of mindfulness, totally different. When we see something, when we hear something, yeah. So another dimension we have to beyond the ordinary condition. So this new awareness we call the fifth dimension, and in the Buddha teaching, the fifth dimension. Yeah. So in the case of the other four dimension, we already discussed. So then the new one, we would add a new dimension, a new direction, and then a new attribute. So such an expanded awareness or penetrated wisdom with the mindfulness, power of mindfulness. So sound and sight will be perceived like this. Yeah. And known and accessible to us, Lord, up in our limited sense of time. So the awareness and then the power, mindfulness and power of concentration break the limit of the sense of time. That's why we can see, we can hear with the divine eye and the divine ear, very, very far away we can see. Without this, the ape of the instrument, like the binocular. No need binocular. You can see far away things, very small thing, very, very low sound. Yeah, we can hear. So like this. But we need mental power. Two kind of mental power: mindfulness and concentration. Yeah, these are special dimension in the Buddhism, what the Buddha taught. 2060, 2,500 years ago, very, very The Buddha wisdom. You can imagine. Amazing. Yeah. Okay, so we go to the our lecture. The 31 plane of existence go to from the samsara. We say in Pali samsara. Samsara means a round of rebirth again and again. Samsara. So perpetual wandering. We translate like this: perpetual wandering through the round of birth and death again and again. So we have been catch with no conceivable beginning for that. So that birth and death, birth and this cycle, life cycle of life. What is where is the beginning of the cycle of life? We can know. We don't know because long, like an egg and chicken. Which one is beginning? We can't say, isn't it? Which one is the egg or chicken? Egg or ham? Which one is beginning? We can't say like this. Our cycle of life, birth and death, again and again, this cycle, no beginning. Long, no beginning. So the Buddha said like that. So these planes fall into three main sphere. Three main sphere we can category. Three sphere. One sphere is a sense desire sphere. So sensual world, sensuous world. Sense desire sphere. We say in Pali is a kama loka. Last week I explained bhumi. This one loka and bhumi say in different level in the Pali word. The world, yeah. We translate in English the world. So loka, bhumi. In Pali is so many vocabulary. Vocabulary is very rich in Pali language. That's why we use. Still, we use Pali is that already dead language, but we cannot throw away. We need to use it because of this very rich vocabulary. That's why. Okay, number one is a 5 material sphere. So 5 material sphere we say in Pali is a rupa loka world. The 5 material, their body is too subtle. Yeah, very, very subtle. Yeah. In that sphere, very strange thing is they don't need food. I already discussed in the 24 universal condition that the nutrition, there's 2 kinds of nutrition, isn't it? I already discussed in 24 universal condition, previous lecture. Ahara pachya, nutrition condition. So in the nutrition condition, all living beings need nutrition, but mostly understand nutrition is just only material. Then various kind of food, there's a nutrition, and then so that's why we need to eat the various kind of food together. Require nutrition for our body to survive. But not only material nutrition, but also another one is mental nutrition. I already discussed this one. 3 kind of mental nutrition we need. So in that ring, in that sphere, in 5 material sphere, rupa loka, they don't need material nutrition. They don't need food. They survive with only mental nutrition. That's why their consciousness, power consciousness, much more higher than the other living being. That's why when we travel in the universe, huh, there's nowadays science they invent special nutrition to eat in the space, huh? Isn't it? But in the universe, there are many different kinds of, the living being. Naturally, they don't need food. They can survive with the, amount of nutrition. So, yeah, 2,500 years ago, the Buddhists explained that one, but in a different emphasize. The Buddha emphasized to free from the suffering. Yeah. Okay, so another sphere is immaterial sphere or formless sphere. Yeah, they have no body, they have no shape. So that's why we say immaterial, arupa. Rupa is material, arupa, that's why immaterial or no shape, so no form, so formless sphere, arupa loka. Arupa loka, that's the living beings more strange, because there's no body, they have no material. You can imagine how they survive. just mind and manifest. But this kind of sphere is not good for the ordinary person. Ordinary person born in there, no chance to trying to development, spiritual development, because no ear and no eye. So how we learn the middle way? How we learn the way to free from the suffering? How we learn how to meditate? Isn't it? Is that the Buddha? Buddha, he's a first rediscover the way how to free from the suffering. So the other person, the chi disciple and many other person, they need the technique from the other. Without the technique, hearing the technique from the other, they cannot practice to attain a spiritual development, isn't it? So that's why the ordinary person reborn in there is not good. No chance. The development of the spirituality. That's why that sphere is good for the noble person only. Noble person, they know how to meditate. So they don't need the teacher. They don't need to listen the way how to meditate from the other. They can do themselves. So that's why the noble person is okay. Reborn in there, they can make a development in the spirituality.
So these 5 material spheres and immaterial sphere, they seem to be somewhat kind of divine.
Yeah, divine.
Condition, right?
Yeah.
There's no real material.
The 5 materials, there's a material. Yeah, there's material, but they're very subtle.
Yeah.
And then different from us is they have like our body, they have, but some sensitivity omitted.
Okay.
Yeah, that means they have only eye sensitivity and ear sensitivity, because eye is very important to learn, to study, and ear also very important to learn from the other. So these two kind of sensitivity they have, but the other, the no sensitivity, then sensitivity, and body sensitivity, no,
So,
because this no need.
And then the Buddha came up with these 31 planes. He didn't put any kind of judgment, like bad or good or anything on those. Did he?
No, the Buddha never make like judgment like this. The Buddha just only he described, to understand the nature of the existence, and then the Buddha emphasized to understand the nature of the mind, consciousness. Why they reborn in these different play, different 31 different kind of play? Because of the different kind of consciousness they have. So the Buddha emphasized on the mentality. Yeah. So the Buddha never trying to the good or bad, no judgment. He made no judgment. Okay, so the revert into the four woeful plane take place on the account of the unwholesome karma, unwholesome action. Yeah. Not punishment. So we need to understand that the unwholesome karma, mentioned unwholesome karma means not like a punishment. The other religion, they explain like this: the punishment, the God give the punishment because of the that action, but the Buddha never ever seen like this. The Buddha just, you did it, that's why the result came to you. This is not punishment. This is responsibility. Totally different. Responsibility and then, the punishment is totally different. So the Buddha used the responsibility because of your karma, your action. If your action good, the result will be good. If your action bad, the result will be bad. So in the science way, action and reaction. In the physics, we use this one, action and reaction. Yeah, the engineer, we always use this one to produce a new kind of machine or something like this. We need the loading force. So action and reaction, we need consider many. So the Buddha mentioned very natural phenomena. Yeah, science use natural phenomena, trying to discover. So the Buddha also, his wisdom, trying to show the nature, natural thing. So the unwholesome karma, because unwholesome karma. So being reborn there have no moral things and generally cannot create good karma, isn't it? So in those ways, very dangerous. However, when the unwholesome karma that brought them to the plane is exalted, that means it's not permanent. Because everything here, appear and disappear, for some time interval, exalted. Like you put some amount of money in the bank, and every day you spend. So finally, gone, isn't it? Like this, karma is like this. So in the Buddha cosmology, in the Buddhism, is hell and heaven, all of them means 31 plane is not permanent. It depends on the action. So when you perform action, how much you input your mental power, motivation, or effort. This one make adjustment for your result. Yeah. Like that, the Buddha, the Buddha compare if a person, for example, if a person killed ant, and if a person killed elephant. So killing is a wholesome karma and wholesome action. So these two actions is same meaning is a wholesome killing action, isn't it? But mental input, motivation and effort different, isn't it? So more effort, the result will be more. When you input more effort, yeah. So ant and elephant different. The Buddha explained like this, yeah. So in the civil, civil law like this, if you predetermine to kill somebody without, on the spot, if you kill, the law different, isn't it? Like this. So simple. The Buddha explained very simple, the natural way. Not the Buddha never ever make a new law, just natural law. This is natural law. Okay, so the some store up that the good karma can bring them rebirth in some other good place. Yeah, store up means store up in our stream of mind. Stream of mind. Store up means. So the Buddha explained very, very naturally. The tree, a plant, when you put in the ground and grow, but a very small plant, and before bearing the fruit, so we cannot search where's the fruit in the plant, branch or in the root or stem, or we cannot search him. But later, grown up, and finally it's a time to bear the fruit. Fruit automatically, isn't it? With the required condition, like this. Yeah. So like this, karmic energy stored in our stream of mentality. So we cannot search where's right now, where's the karmic energy? We cannot search it. But there's stay in the stream of the mentality, yeah, mentality. Like the fruit, we cannot search in the very small plant. But in the right time, finally bear the fruit. Like this. Karmic energy, when we perform the karma, wholesome karma or unwholesome karma, wholesome action or unwholesome action, when we perform, the karmic energy stored in our stream of mind, stream of the mentality. And then, and the time it ripen, time mature to give the result, that kind of karmic energy generate the result. So we need to understand like this. Okay, so the only string enterer and other area noble person can be sure they never again in the born or in the woeful plane. The other person, no, not sure. But the string enterer meaning sotapanna, and then other area noble person. We have the 4 noble person in the Buddhism. The first noble person is a string enterer. Sotapanna, Sakaragami, Nagami, and Arhat. So 4 noble person they never ever reborn in a full woeful plane because they removed the ignorance and attachment, yeah, from their stream of mind, mentality. Yeah, that's very, very important to understand. Okay, so and the human plane, but in this plane reserved from the good karma or the middling quality. Good karma means not the best one, not the best one, but middle quality. So this is a ring on moral choice, where the destiny can be guided. So there is a moral choice. Only human being we have. We can choose whatever we would like to. The other plane, they have no chance to choose. So you will be understand later, explain in detail later. Okay. Okay, and then the sixth heavenly plane. Sixth heavenly plane. Number one is Chatu Maharajika. Last chapter we talking about the Chatu Maharajika deity or the full quarter. Full quarter means in full direction: east direction, west direction, north direction, south direction. And then Taurisa, the ring of the 33 celestial being. Yeah. And then Yama, the ring of Yama Deva. Tusita, ring of the delight. And then Nima Naradi, the deity who enjoy their creation. So Nema Naradi, Nema meaning is creation. The Pali Nema meaning creation. Yeah. So whatever they want, they create themselves. No need to go shopping. So you can imagine how they get the pleasure, sensual pleasure very high, because whatever they want to get, they create by their mind. And then Pranimita Vasavati, that in those range really controlling the creation of the other. So in that ring, in that play, the deity never create themselves. The other deity create for themselves, for them. more sense of pleasure in that. Yeah, because of their wholesome karma, the morality, charity, or something like this. Not concentration and not wisdom. Just something, the charity, something. Go reborn in the heaven. To reborn in heaven is not very difficult. Okay, so birth into these heavenly plane take place through the wholesome karma, wholesome action. So these celestial beings enjoy the aesthetic pleasure, very, very higher pleasure, and long life. Yeah, their life so long. When we compare with the human lifespan, yeah, and then beauty also very, very higher than the human being, and a certain power. They had the divine eye, so that's why they have a divine eye and a divine ear. They can hear what we are talking. They can hear. They can see us. So they have special certain power. Yeah. So the heavenly plane are not reserved only for good Buddhists, not for Buddhists. The other different religion, when they perform such kind of the charity, and then observe morality, so they also reborn in there. Not for Buddhists, the Buddha said. So anyone who has lead a wholesome life can be reborn in there easily. So people who believe in the eternal heaven may carry their belief to the celestial plane. So they take the long lifespan, so they think it is eternal existence, but no. but actually not eternal, just temporary. According to their karma power exalted, they will be dying and reborn in a different plane. Yeah. Okay. So some of the celestial beings, and that means earthbound. Earthbound means on the earth. In the Chatumarajika, Chatumarajika, the four, the great king, celestial being, has a lot of variety. Some celestial being, they live in the tree. In the tree means on the they are mentioned with the related with the tree. So tree born celestial being, earthborn celestial being. Earthborn celestial being means on the earth, like the human being. They are like a human being. But the other celestial being, they have not like a human being. They have no baby, just when they born in their, in their lab, they call this is my son, this is my daughter, like this. Not in the mother one. But the earthborn celestial being and the tree-born and celestial being, they are look like the human being. They have a baby. So that's why in the monastery rule what the Buddhas laid down, before that kind of the rules laid down, the monk, they build their temple themselves, cutting in the forest, cutting very good tree, and then they make their temple. At that time, the one occasion happened. The monk, he liked that tree because the tree is very good looking and very tall. No trick or something like this. He liked it. If I make a temple with this timber, this will be good. So he tried to cut down the tree. So in that tree, there's a deity. There's a celestial being. So she has a baby. So she think if a man has a compassion, a love of compassion, she had. So if I show my baby, he didn't cut down my tree. So she thinking like this, and she show her baby to the monk. But at the time, monk trying to cut, like this, so he cannot control the cutting. So the baby slash his cut. So the lady, she's so angry. First, she tried to kill the monk, but she control her anger. Oh, it's not good. Killing is not good. There's a Buddha at that temple. So if I told the Buddha about this, so the Buddha maybe give him some kind of the rules or something like this. She thinking and she control her anger, and then she went to the Buddha and explained everything what happened. So that's why the Buddha, later on the monastic rule, you cannot cut any kind of tree, never ever. So nowadays the monk cannot cut, even though that grass cannot cut. From that occasion, the Buddha laid down such kind of the monastic rule for the monk. Yeah. But at the time, the only tree, but the grass, not to cut the grass, is a different one, because the Brahmin, Hindu Brahmin, they think there's a light in the grass. So that's why this is another occasion. not to cut the grass. Yeah. Okay, anyway, so I would like to talk about the earthbound deity and then tree-born deity. They have the baby like the human being. So maybe they live on the mountain or very deep forest in the pagoda or the temple and the public house, like a temple. Yeah. So some of the deity in this ring live on the top of tree. So when their tree are chopped down, they have to shift to the occupying one. So that deity, the Buddha gave the new one. The preoccupying deity already passed away. So the Buddha knew that tree is right now no owner. That's why the Buddha gave her. Okay, so the deity from the ring who live on the earth also, and then tree also have the indefinite lifespan. Their lifespan is too long. So the deity in this ring who has a mansion in the sky also. So the Chatumarajika is different. The mansion, the different variety of the mansion and different variety of the deity. Yeah. Some has in the sky. They are mentioned in the sky. You can imagine how they exist in the sky. Yeah. So they have the lifespan is 9 million years. This is our human counting method. Okay, so it doesn't matter. We need to understand the different kind of living being there. And then the place where these four great kings, Chatumarajika, and then their people, their follower or spirit live is called Chatumarajika. Chatu means four, Maha means great, Raja means a king. So they live from the base of the Mount Meru top to the half of the Mount Meru to the some are ground bone, earth bone. So half of the Mount Meru to the above. Then is a Taurinsa. Taurinsa is another kind of the heaven. So you are familiar with the Taurinsa because it is a place where the Buddha went and then preached the Abhidhamma there. Because the Buddha mother, the Buddha mother is only her birth 7 days. The Buddha mother passed away, and then she reborn in that celestial ring, celestial plane. So that's why the Buddha gave the gratitude to the mother, and then the Buddha want to preach also the other living being or celestial beings, especially celestial being. Yeah. So the divine person, all are divine person. From the Brahma, Rupa, Brahma, Arupa, Brahma. Arupa Brahma cannot listen. They have no ear. So not Arupa Brahma. Rupa Brahma, Rupa Loka, from Rupa Loka, and the heaven. 6 kind of heaven. So they many can and then listen the Dhamma talk, Abhidhamma, for 3 months. So counting our human counting, 3 months. But in the heaven, just few minutes. Because the time different. Yeah. Okay. And then the Taurinsa, another heaven name, is explained to come from the word Ti Tensa. Ti Tensa. Ti means 3. Tensa means 30. So 33. The counting method in Pali is like this. 33 is a 330.
Okay.
Always like this. Maybe your language as well? No? No? Oh yeah, no. No. That only I think Pali language like that. The other language, my language, no, not like that. It's a very strange Pali language, like 330, 33, 330. So that means 33. Huh? So 33 people, when they were human beings, they did the service to the community a lot. They made or they repair the roads and they build the guest house for the people for free. Huh? Yeah. And then they have a lot of things. They have the people, a lot of good karma, good action. So as a result of good action, they reborn in the celestial world together. So together, perform together the wholesome karma, reborn together. You can imagine. Yeah. That's why we had a lot of things. Last year, the Malaysia airline disappeared in the South Indian Ocean, all die, isn't it? So together, they get the result because of I think they together some kind of action they did in the past life. So wholesome like this. So the 33% they together good thing to reborn in the celestial world together. So 33 that. So the place where they were reborn is called Towering Sun. So this change into according to the grammar, Pali grammar law, to change the Towering Sun. Anyway, 33 people. So the word Tittingsa change into the word Towering Sun. You need to understand like this. The original word is a Tittingsa. Tittingsa change into Towering Sun. According to the Pali grammar. Okay, so but the commentary say it is just a name. Okay, because there's a towering sun in all the world cycle, not just the world cycle. Towering sun is just a name of the place. So towering sun is a place where the Sakka is the name of the king in those rings. So the Sakka king or the god live. So towering sun is situated on the top of the Mount Meru. So these plane, so in the sky, not on the earth. Yeah. So the celestial mansion and the towerings are located on the mountain itself and also in the space. So they can be called both an earthbound and a spacebound. Stu Maharajiga got the earthbound. Manusa, human beings are also earthbound. Yeah. Okay, so Saka is he make came to celestial rings. Maharajiga and Towers. The other heaven they have different king. Okay, so Yama, another heaven is Yama. Yama is said to mean the great happiness. Great happiness. So divine king there is we call Suyama. So in the Yama plane, the king of the Deva, the king of the deity name is Suyama. And then above the Yama, there's a Tusita. Tusita also very familiar to the many Buddhists because Buddha mother is there. 7 days after the Buddha birth, she died. She was reborn as a male deity in the Tusita. Yeah, not Taurinsa, but she came down to the Taurinsa to listen to the Dhamma talk, the Abhidhamma. Yeah. So Tusita is said to be the best of the birthplace of the 6 celestial ring because the Bodhisattva are also reborn in that place, in that heaven. Tusita is a very good place. So Many Buddhists, they want to reborn in there to see the Bodhisattva and the other good cause. Yeah. So to see the heaven is like a Dhamma place for the celestial being. Yeah. And then another one we need to understand is many people aspire and wish to reborn and to see the heaven, so they can listen the Dhamma talk, Dhamma preached by the Bodhisattva there, or other different Rupa Loka from the God divine, from the Brahma Loka, Rupa Brahma Loka. So do you remember the story of the man called the Dhammika when he was about to die in the Dhammavada? I don't know, maybe you know that story in the Dhammavada. So his name is Dhammika. You don't know? Dhammika, yeah. Dhammika is he was going to die. So Devji came down to him and asked him to go there. They are respected their ring to reborn. Please reborn in our heaven. So they request because he has a lot of Nahosandi. So he asks which one is good to his people. So the people who were with him said that two-seater is good. He said like this. So may this Kalan be attached to the chariots from the two-seater heaven. So he threw into the sky the Kalan. So the Kalan hand in the sky. That means a hand of the two-seater heaven chariot. Understand? That story is very popular in the Dhammavada. He is listening to the Dhamma talk when he going to die. He listened to the Dhamma talk from the Dhamma Mahasatipatthana Sutta. Mahasatipatthana Sutta chanting from the monk because he is very he loved the Mahasatipatthana Sutta. He practiced in his daily life. He practiced according to the Mahasatipatthana Sutta. So mindfulness meditation is he liked very much. So that's why he going to die. He want to listen the chanting of the mindfulness meditation, the Mahasatipatthana Sutta from the monk. So monk, they keep the chanting, around him. So at that time, he saw his eye, saw the very, very different kind of the deity, celestial being come to him, and then they invite, you should reborn in our heaven. Respectively, they invite. So he told the celestial being, please wait, I'm listening to the Dhamma talk. That means he said to the celestial being, please wait. He said like this. But the other person didn't see them. So the monk also, monks, they didn't see the celestial being at the time. So wait means they think on that person don't want to listen our chanting, so they stop, and then they go back to temple. So the family member, they cry. Our daddy so loved that chanting, so at that time he don't want to listen what happened, so they cry. So at that moment he cannot hear the chanting. Where's man? Oh, Daddy, you already told me, stop, stop. Wait, stop, stop. You told them. That's why they go back to the temple. No, I didn't tell them. I told to the, celestial being. So the family member more and more they cry because it's not good. Huh? Daddy's memory is not normal. They think like this. Not normal. He telling something wrongly. Huh? They think like this. But if you don't believe me, get me color. Get me color. I will show that the celestial being in the sky waiting. They're waiting. So I will show which heaven is good to reborn. So the one of family member answer to see that is good. Okay. So he put I want to reborn and to see that. So he thrown into the garland into the sky, so that the chariot from the two-seater is waiting in the sky. So the garland hung in that chariot. But the other person didn't see it. Just he see it. So, but the other person saw only the garland hung in the sky without anything. So that story. That story. Yeah. So I mean that Tusida is a very good place, good heaven. Very easy chance to get the chance to listen in the Dhamma talk from the Bodhisattva and other celestial being, other divine being. Yeah. Okay. And then another next one is the Nima Narati, isn't it? Nima Narati heaven. So Nima Narati means a creation. Nimana means a creation. Nimana means creation. Rati means delight. So Nimanarati means delighting in one's own creation. That means in that heaven, everything they create themselves, whatever they like. They never go shopping and they don't need the other. So that means that though being they want to enjoy or create enjoyment for themselves. They enjoy these creation. So if you want to enjoy something, you don't have to go to the other people and other place. So you just create that enjoyment. So such beings are called Nima Narati. Yeah. So they have the power to create the object of the sensual enjoyment just by thought. Just by thought. Complete. You can imagine. Because of their karma, their good karma. But in those things, no chance to do the new karma. No chance to do the charity, because every divine person, they have enjoyment. No need from the other. So in those rings, there's no new karma, no chance to make a new kind of the karma. No observing the morality. They have no time, because they always enjoy with the sensual pleasure with their creation. Yeah. Okay. So next one is they don't create for themselves. They don't create themselves. They let the other God. So the other God means a lesser God. Lesser means less power to create for them. So it's said to be lesser God always know what is in their mind. So what is in their mind, these celestial beings, and so accordingly create what they enjoy. So if you could if you are a cook and you have been serving a person for some time, you know that person like, yeah, and then that kind of food you create, isn't it? Like this. Even though that person does not say anything, you understand, already understood. That person like that such kind of food, so you could put that person like. So in the same way, the subordinate deity, Deva, has been with the ruling Deva for a long time, so they know what they like. So that having we say Nima Paranimita Vasavadi. Paranimita Vasavadi. Okay, so altogether human being and six heaven, altogether 7. Yeah. So we say Kama Sukati. Kama means a sensual. Sukati means su means a good. Kati means a plane, destination. So Kama Sukati means they are called happy destination. Sukati is happy destination. So Kati means somewhere, something to go, a place or ring to go. That's how we say Kati in Pali. So there are 7 Kama Sukati. Manusa is also Sukati, having ring. And then because there's a lot of happiness, especially when compared to the 4 woeful plane, Paya. So Manusa is much more better. And then compare with the Manusa and Chatumara Jika is much better and so on. Yeah, compare. So 4 Apaya, 4 woeful plane plus Kama Sukati 7 together 11 we got. So these planes are called Kama Vachara. Kama Vachara Bhumi. Kama Loka. Yeah. Kama Vachara Bhumi or Kama Loka. Sensual wall. Sensuous wall. Okay, so we go to the next one. Next one is Rupa Loka. Rupa Loka. So there are 16 Rupa Vachara Brahma rings. So Rupa Vachara rings are from the number 12 to number 27. Number 12 means 1 to 11 is a sensuous wall, isn't it? 11 sensuous wall. So 12 to 27 is a Rupa Vachara. Rupa Loka, 5 material plane. 5 material plane. So in those planes, there are different level, different level. The first 3 we say in Pali is a Brahma Pari Satya. Brahma Pari Satya. I will explain the definition later. And then next one is a Brahma Purohita. Brahma Purohita. And Maha Brahma. Yeah. So among them, Maha Brahma is powerful than the other 2. More powerful than the other 2. So Brahma Parisatya is the lowest one. And then the Brahma Purohita is more higher. And then Maha Brahma is much more higher. But the level is the same level. Plane is the same plane. But the level meaning is the consciousness. The power quality of consciousness is different. So here, number 12, Brahma Parisatya is a retinue of the Brahma. Retinue as a Brahma. That's the servants of the Brahma. The meaning is a Parisatya means a servant. The servant of that divine people. So these living beings, they have the first jhana power, first jhana, first jhana power. But the first jhana is when they perform the first jhana, they have mental input is not great. The power quality of the mental input is minor. So that's why they reborn as servants of the Brahma. When they perform the jhana power, we need mental input. Mental input means mindfulness, concentration, effort. So maybe they are chanda. Chanda means they are wish to get that first jhana is a little bit low. That's why they reborn as a servants of the Brahma. Yeah, so that's means minor degree of the mental input when they perform first jhana. And another one, Purohita, Brahma Purohita. Number 13, Brahma Purohita is a minister of the Brahma. And the Purohita means a minister. Yeah, minister of the Brahma. They also first jhana. Their mind is also first jhana. First jhana, resettled mind. They born in there. First jhana of the resettled mind. But, when they perform the first jhana, with the mental input is not great, not minor. Medium level. That means the which chanda, viriya, effort, chandedi, viriyadi. Yeah, chandedi, viriyadi means the power or the which power of the effort, and then and power of the mind, chitta, chanda, viriya, chitta, vimasa, and the wisdom also. Yeah, so these four things, mental input. The mental input level is a medium level. They are reborn as a minister of the Brahma, Brahma Purohita. So all are first jhana, they are same kind of consciousness, but different is the mental input. First jhana same, but when they try to attain the first jhana, their mental input are different. That's why they are different, reborn as a different. Understand? Yeah. Their resettled mind same. First jhana, resettled mind. Same. But mental input different. So number 14, Maha Brahma. Maha meaning great. You know that Maha is a great Brahma. So great Brahma is they also first jhana, resettled mind. But when they try to attain the first jhana, their mental input is so great. That meaning is that their wish to attain the first jhana is so great. Their effort to attain the first jhana is so great. That's why they reborn as a Mahabrahma. Understand? Yeah. Okay. So these three rims are all situated on the same plane. Same plane, and then their resettled mind also same. Vipaka chitta. Resettled mind meaning vipaka chitta. The relinking mind also same. First jhana. First jhana, resettled mind. Same level or the plane, and same mind, resettled mind, but mental input are totally different. That's why they are different. So Brahma Parisacha means retinue. Brahma Paridisa can come from the Pali word is parisa. Parisa, you know, parisa means audience. Yeah, audience means a follower or servant. Yeah. So which means audience. Huh? And then Brahma Purohita. Purohita means minister. Yeah. So minister much more higher than the audience. And then Maha Maha meaning great. So great means in those planes, the power of the Mahabrahma is much more higher than the other. So these three are located on the one plane, and they are situated in the space, not related with the ground. In the space, they can survive in the place. They are mentioned also in the space. Yeah. Okay. So in one sutta, the Buddha explained how the round view of the Creator God arises. It's related with the Mahabrahma. The Buddha explained in the sutta, in the Dika Nikaya, Silakandawaka, Brahmajala Sutta. The Buddha explained in the world, and the people, they believe in the Creator God. Why? So the Buddha explained related with the Mahabrahma, great Brahma. So the world go through the cycle of the contraction and expanding. It's a very, very science way, you know, that the Buddha already discussed about that. So that one, the world start to expand after the Big Bang. So being from the another world system are reborn in those rings. because of the system, the universe system, many, countless. The Buddha said, not only one universe. Universe, so many, countless. So that this universe destroy. So people that the all living being die. The other universe they reborn. This universe again. So like this, the all living beings are like this cycle. They born, die, and reborn again, and die again. So explain like this. So in the ring number 14, Mahabrahma ring. So Mahabrahma in the newly formed in the new world, new universe. So after a while, the great Brahma in the ring number 14 get lonely because only him, no other Brahma. So he feel the lonely, and then he feel the boring. So he wish for or is much more better. The companion, the other Brahma, coming and appear here with me. So it's much more better. He thinking like that. Fortunately, why he thinking? The other, living being, their karma is ordered on the other plane to the display, reborn again. Not his wish, but he think, oh, I wish, so they appear here. So he think, I create them. He think I create them. And then the other, Brahma, their karma is less than the Mahabrahma. So they already, before the Mahabrahma died, they already passed away. And then they reborn in a human being, and then they practice, meditation, tranquil meditation. So they reborn again there. And then they saw the Mahabrahma he stayed. Oh, he is permanent. We are not permanent. The other, other living being, they think like this. Because they don't know the system of the life cycle. That's why the Buddha explained cosmology and the Buddhism. If you don't understand, you have a lot of doubt, and then you take wrong view. Yeah, that's why the Buddha explained. So in this case, like this, the Mahabhyama, he also think, oh, I create them. I'm in this ring. I'm permanent. I never die. Thing like that because of long lifespan. The other living being, they born and then they die, and then they reborn again there. So they saw the Mahabhyama. Oh yeah, he's permanent. He is permanent resident. We are temporary. He is permanent resident. We are temporary. Huh? So like this, it's the creator God is like this. The idea of the creator God is like this.
It's kind of equivalent of like a Christian God.
Yeah. Yeah. But the Buddha never mentioned like this. No? The Buddha is generally the Buddha say like this. The idea, that creation idea is starting from that. Misunderstanding about the lifespan and about the system or the existence. Yeah. So this is condition for being from the other world system to be reborn in the ring number 12 and ring number 13, accompanied, to the great Brahma. So they think, oh, great Brahma create us. He always permanent. He is always, he lived there. We are not permanent. We are temporary. Yeah. So the Buddha is in the Brahmajala. You learn the Brahmajala. You may understand more detail. I'm very short way. Briefly, I explain. The Buddha make analysis, different ideology about the system of the life, the system of the existence. They misconfuse, and then they have many wrong views. 62 kind of wrong view appear. Okay, so go to the little bit next one. When this happened, the great Brahma is convinced that he is a creator God. He believed this because he arose first in this world, and then the other being arose because he wanted them to arise. So the being in the ring number 12 and 13 also convinced that great Brahma is a creator God. So these beings have the shorter lifespan than the great Brahma, so they are reborn in the progressively lower rings, and then they try to progress to these lower rings. Many retain this memory of the great Brahma as being the all-seeing, all-powerful creator God. They think like this. So the Buddha explained that it is why many humans believe in the creator God. Okay. So this is a first jhana plane and a second jhana plane. But then there are another three second jhana plane is a paritapa, appamanapa, and abhatsra. Abhatsra. So paritapa means paritapa, the two words, parita and abha. Paritapa divided into two words, parita and abha. Abha means radiant. Radiant or luster or light. Abha. Abha, oba. So my name Panobasa. So Panna Obasa. So light of wisdom. So it's the same. Parita means a little. Parita means a little. Yeah. not confused with the Preda. The Preda. Another one, the Preda meaning is Rakati. Rakati meaning is product. So two different meaning. Preda means a little. Preda means the product meaning is the make a block the danger. Yeah, the meanings. So Preda means block. But here Preda meaning little. Okay. So minor light, minor body rays they have. Yeah. If we see them like a very luminous thing, we see like this. So that's why the Brahma coming. So the heaven from the celestial ring, sixth heaven, they see like the sun. Far away, they think another sun came to us. They think like the bus very close. Oh no, this is not sun. It's a Brahma. So their bodies, like radiate. There's radiation. But that Brahma, Pradabha, is a little radiation. Little radiant. Another one, Appamana. Appamana means Appamana. Appamanya. Use Appamanya in the beautiful manifestos. Two kind of Appamanya. Karuna, compassion and mudita. Sympathetic joy. So these two Appamanya radiate indefinitely. Radiate. So the Appamana is the same. Appamanya, Appamana. Little Pali grammar change, but meaning is same. Infinite. So measureless. Measureless. Or limitless. Infinite meaning is it. So that kind of Brahma has a much more radiant from their body. And then Abhasra. Abhasra means radiant, so radiant luster. So that means more bright. Yeah. So all these second jhana, Brahma, always bright being. Yeah. Their bodies radiant. So bright, radiant living being. So these three are also on the same plane. Same plane, but they have the different radiant because their mental input together to attain the second jhana is different. Like first jhana plane here. So that's why here Pradava is a second jhana, but the minor degree. Mental input is minor degree. Appamanava as a second jhana also say, but medium degree of the mental input. Then Mahabrahma, Abhasara. Abhasara is a second jhana also say, but mental input is higher degree of mental input to attain the jhana, second jhana. So that's why they're different, each other, but they live together in the same plane in the space. Okay, understand? Okay, so we will stop here. Third plane and fourth plane later in the next week. Okay, so anyway, why the Buddha explained these 31 existence is to understand the different nature of our mind, isn't it? Mind made the difference. Mind made the difference in the 31 kind of plane. So mind is a very, very important to understand. That's message the Buddha want to give in that cosmology. Yeah. So please try to understand your mind, the ways mindfulness meditation, inside meditation, satipatthana is very important to understand our nature of mind. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much for your listening and watching. So before stop our lecture, we wish the Buddha teaching stay is just longer and longer. The more longer the teaching of the Buddha, the more we can get the benefit from it. So that's why we wish the Buddha teaching staying longer and longer in the universe. So saying Buddha Sasanam, Chiran, dictated to in 3 times, please. Buddha Sasana Chiran Titetu Buddha Sasana Chiran Titetu Buddha Sasana Chiran Titetu Sadhu Sadhu Sadhu. Thank you. Thank you.